What is up, guys? Dan from the Leapfrog crew here, and we are here with our Week 1 Season 7 APA Showdown League battle. We are against Panther and the Carolina Clefables. Now, Panther, just a heads up, I'm doing a post-com because I am. Because I tried to live record it and I had some problems, so just going to do a post-com. But Panther was going to this game. He did not lose a single game last season on his way to the Season 6 Championship. Just want to say congrats for that, because I haven't posted a video since then. Well, not an APA Showdown one anyway. So he won 15 games in a row, plus 50 differential in the normal season, probably plus like another 10. I don't know. I don't know if it was that. I think it's probably plus like 5 or 6 or 7, something like that, in the playoffs. But 15 games unbeaten, as well as he's 4-0 at the time of posting this in the APA Wi-Fi League as well. So Panther's on a hot streak. He's on like 19 win streak effectively. So I'm sure going into this game he wanted to make it number 20, and against me as well, I'm sure he was very, very keen to do so. Now our prep for this, we looking at his team, Mega Lucario just completely breaks to us. Only thing that I could have done really, so I had max defense Milotic with a Flame Orb, and once the Flame Orb was activated, we take like 46% max from a close combat, which is still a lot. And that's the absolute least that anything took from it. So we ran that. We ran Focus Sash Infernape again to try and, if he decided to bring the, well, if it was Lucario against Infernape, then Infernape could live a hit and then throw off close combat and kill it. We also prepped a lot for, well, we also put enough HP EVs in Mega Aerodactyl to guarantee, or I think pretty much guarantee, that we lived a Bullet Punch after Stealth Block damage, and then we could Aerial Ace and take out the Mega Lucario. So that was prep that we did for the Mega Lucario. We also brought Scarf Serena, purely and simply for the Tyrantrum, because he has Tyrantrum. He didn't bring it, but I did a few mock battles with people, and Tyrantrum absolutely tore through me. So I had to bring Scarf Serena because it lived a Rock Head, or a Head Smash, whatever it is, and a High Jump Kick, then took it out. Well, we outspeed whatever. Serena beat it. Scarf Manectric as well, because Manectric, having Scarf it's nice, but with the Landorus there not being able to Volt Switch freely, it was playing that to work around. We did have Hidden Power Ice, so we could predict that. And finally, with Life Orb Kieran White, which kind of tears through quite a decent amount of his team, aside from Sylveon. Obviously gets completely boxed by a Bullet Punch and Mega Lucario, but still something that we decided to bring because it's Kieran White. We couldn't not bring it. Anyway, let's jump in. We decided to lead off with Infernape, just in case he decided to lead off Mega Lucario, knowing that I don't have a switch in. So that's what we did. We led off, and he led off the Garbodor, called England, which I don't appreciate. Whoever came out with that nickname, whether it was you, Panther, or Jock, because I know he's probably had some input. Don't appreciate it. You're not funny. You never will be. Shut up. But anyway, he leads a Garbodor, which we did not prep for at all, guys. We did not prep for at all, because in my head, he had 2 Mons that just completely destroyed me. And so all I prepped to do was to get around those 2 Mons, which obviously isn't the best prep. It's not the best prep, I'll say that now. But we'll see how it goes. Well, we just go for a straight up U-turn, and he decides to, we go out into Dragon Flaps as he sets up one layer of Toxic Spikes. And now at this point, I had thought about him setting up hazards, because obviously Mega Aerodactyl is weak to rocks, Kieran B weak to rocks, and also now, if my Milotic comes in, it gets poisoned rather than being Flame Orb, which obviously double the amount of damage each turn, which isn't ideal, not ideal at all. So I probably should have actually led off Milotic just to get the Flame Orb set up, but that's something that we can learn from, definitely. It's our first game with this team, so it's like I say, we learn a lesson from every game. He switches out into the Landorus, gets the minus attack drop on us, the Intimidate drop, as we end up going for an Aquatail, predicting the Landorus, but we do miss, unfortunately. We carried Aquatail over Ice Fang, mainly because I can't half expect him to have the Yachi Berry, but in the end I actually kind of decided that it was more worth it to have Ice Fang than Aquatail, mainly for accuracy and everything, but I forgot to change it. I forgot to change it. So we stay in, we do hit the second Aquatail, and it does 44%. So quite a defensive Landorus set here, which was fine. As he then gets his stealth drops up, so it's more of a problem. We then go out into Serena, because I'm thinking I need to get these hazards away so that Milotic can come in and get his Flame Orb rather than being poisoned. He doubles out into the Zapdos, as I doubled out into Serena, so that's that turn done. It's only turn 4. As I doubled out again, not wanting to take a Heat Wave, but I thought he might go for a Thunderbolt from the... he might go for a Thunderbolt, just predicting the Milotic something, I don't know. But so a U-turn would have done a lot to me anyway, so I'm glad I switched out into Vegeta, but then he was able to just go a U-turn into his Sylveon, which took anything from Manectric. He goes for a Protect as we went for a Volt Switch, so we take another bit of poison damage, taking us down to 39%, and at this point Manectric is getting very, very low. So we go into Serena as he throws off a Wish, and I think I need to Rapid Spin. And he obviously knows that I need to Rapid Spin as well. Brings in his Ghost type Jettison, which obviously blocks the spin. So his hazards are still here. And at this point, I think I just have to, I have to switch out because I can't do anything. I'm Choice Scarfed, which was a problem. I kind of made the decision to go Scarf very, very late. Just before the game started, I decided to go Scarf because I wanted an answer for Tyrantrum, and in the end it didn't come. So it was either Scarf Serena or Bronzong. Bronzong walled it quite well, but I needed Rapid Spin for this reason. Obviously he's stacking hazards on us. So I did go out into Regina, and we get poisoned. So which does activate the Marvel Scale, but it would take him double the amount of damage. He goes out into Garbodor at the same turn. We throw off a Scald, does 29%. We don't get a burn or anything, and he starts throwing up spikes now. He starts throwing up spikes. I switch out into Serena. If he went for a poison type move, I would have been fucked. But he did double out into the Jettison, knowing that I was probably going to do that. I Synthesis up as he goes for a Recover. So a decent play from us, but at the end of the day, we still can't do anything. So we are Scarfed. So I didn't change the set. I just thought, yep, Scarf will do. High Jump Kick. Not very good prep on my part again. Not very good prep. But he uses Hex now, which just keeps me low. Does 50%. So Synthesis is, I have to switch out. I go out into Kieran. Again, why? I don't really know. I just at this point I was thinking, how do I win this game? Because Serena is getting low. I can't spin away these hazards, and I need to try and apply some pressure. And possibly the worst switch I could have done, to be honest, because I completely forgot Hex. So I took 25% from Rocks, I took another 12% from Spikes, got Poison, and then Hex come in and did 34%, leaving Kieran White on 29%, and then Poison damage on 17%. He switches down to Sylveon, which walls everything I do. I can Roost up, but he still walls me completely. I just go out into Vegeta here, kind of just sacking it off at this point, so I needed to bring in Serena to try and Rapid Spin, but he very smartly went for a Protect, and so I died to poison damage. And honestly, at this point, guys, I will say this is about where I stopped recording. Because just I was sitting here and I was like, I don't know how I win this. And I honestly, I wanted to just click X, but I wouldn't. I'd never do. Not in the APA, I wouldn't do that. Like, just it's not my kind of thing to do, just click X. I know some people have done it, I know some people do it, whatever. I don't care what other people do. It's not me to just forfeit, you know. I want to give people a game, you know. both me, well, I didn't put after prep in, well, I did put in prep. I won't say I didn't put in prep, because that sounds like whatever. I did put in prep. We both put in a lot of prep for this game, and I didn't want to waste it. So I did persevere, but I stopped the recording because I was like, I was very disappointed with how I played this game. And at this point, I was kind of ready to just go down. We do bring in Monkey Fist anyway against Sylveon, because we do have Gunk Shot. He makes the switch, possibly predicting that. We decide to go for a U-turn, just to try and get him a bit of momentum as we go out to Kieran White. Knowing this thing can't touch us really. So we're on 6%. We can roost up as he switches out, but again, we can't do anything to the Sylveon. So we Earth Power, it gets a crit 41% as he just goes for a Hyper Voice hit. Now he goes for a Wish, which is fair enough, like, there was no reason not to. He completely walls me. He goes for a Protect as I Roost. Not bad, not bad. He goes up, I go up as well, but I see a Hyper Voice coming in here, so I just go out to my Milotic. Again, sacking. Honestly, sacking. I just didn't know what to do. My Milotic goes down, so we bring in Monkey Fist. He doesn't want to take he protects the Scout out. We go for the Gunk Shot. And now he switches out into the Lucario. I wish I made the prediction. But I say at this point I was playing on tilt. Honestly, I was playing massively on tilt. I was very just not happy with how the game was going at all. But anyway, we didn't make that prediction. He brings in Lucario, and obviously he takes us out with a bullet. Well, he goes for a bullet punch. He thinks we're Scarf at this point. That's what I'll say. He thinks we're Scarf, because all we've done is we've come in and we've U-turned, we've Gunk Shotted, and I've double Gunk Shotted. So he thinks we're Scarfed. So he thinks if he thought I was going to switch out, I don't know why he wouldn't go for like a close combat. I'm not entirely sure the reasoning for that. Oh wait, no, he went Mach Punch because. Oh, that still doesn't make sense. That still doesn't make sense. I have to check in with Panther on that. Or Panther, if you're watching this, then hit me up, because I probably won't have messaged you because I'm useless and I would have forgotten. But yeah, if I was Gunk Shot Scarf, then you wouldn't have needed to use priority. Do you know what I mean? So not entirely sure that's about. Whatever. Anyway, he does go for a bullet punch, which doesn't kill me, and I then go for a Mach Punch, which gets a crit and almost takes him out. Monkey Fist then dies. I should have just gone for a close combat, but again, I wasn't expecting him to go for a bullet punch. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. And as I said before, the one bit of prep that we actually did quite well was we had about 176 HP EVs in Mega Aerodactyl, so that we definitely lived a bullet punch. Here it comes. Live on 3%, and we have an Aerial Ace and take out the Kenobi. So it's not a complete humiliation. Not a complete humiliation. Pretty much, but not complete. So 5 and well, he's got 5 ones left at this point. Mega Aerodactyl is almost dead, as is Kieran. He just goes for a U-turn. He was Scarf Zapdos, as you can see. He took us out. I kind of knew that by that point, as he just U-turns into Sylveon, knowing very well that he can just take us out. We go for a Draco, just because it didn't matter. It didn't matter what I went for. I wanted to show off the cool move, but very honestly, this is why, right? Okay, so I just want to say, like, I came into the APA season 3, halfway through season 3, and I personally went 3 and 7, which is abysmal. It's abysmal. And season 4 I went 6 and 6. Season 5 was a short one. We went 6 and 3, and then last season, season 6, we went 9 and 3. So we've improved season on season on season, and for that we have to be chuffed. We have to be really chuffed. And I'm chuffed. But matches like this just show how far behind I still am, ahead of the big boys. You know, like Hugo, Panther. I would say Jock, but he's not as good as me. But yeah, the big boys, they're still up there. They're still a whole game ahead. So that's somewhere that we have to aim to reach one day. And who knows? It could happen. We're doing well on the APO Wi-Fi. We are 4 and 1 at the minute. Going into this week's game against Wetski. That's going up tomorrow. Aside from that, just improvement upon improvement. We'll bounce back next week, guys. We are up against Professor Chewy, who got a strong win week 1 against Kyle, who's in our division. So we have to thank Chewy for that, but then unfortunately we're going to have to try and get our own win. So no There won't be any special treatment to you, even though you've done us a massive favour, because Carl is probably the favourite to win our division. In terms of the rest of the division as well, everyone in our division lost except for Zebo. Zebo's 1-0, the rest of us are all 0-1, so it's quite good for us that this loss won't affect us too badly. We do have, I think, the worst differential right now, which isn't great, but after 1 week, I've got no problems with that, and we will try and bounce back the next couple of weeks. We've got a few. Well, we've had the toughest game of the season is out of the way. That's the important thing. Toughest game of the season is out of the way. So, you know, 11-1 from here. We'll see. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been Roy for Dan. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check us out next week when we play Professor Chewy, and hopefully we go 1-on-1. But thank you for watching, guys.